Jonathan Franks is a crisis management consultant who has been a family representative for several prisoners who have been safely returned home. Jonathan is with us from Florida tonight and talking about this prisoner swap. Boots is quite the notorious criminal in comparison to the drug charge Griner faced in Russia, Jonathan. So was this a good deal? What did you make of it?
I think it was a good deal. And, you know, part of the reason is I think Mr. Boot is quite unpopular here in America, and rightly so. But the crime for which he is convicted or was convicted and was serving time for, right, it's not for being the merchant of death, right? And we have to remember that, because a lot of the things that people find him so notorious about, right, these are crimes that are not prosecutable in the United States. And even if they were, the statute of limitations is long run, right? And in free societies, we don't punish people for offenses we can't charge them for.
But when we think of Paul Whelan, what will it take to secure his release if this exchange with Boots wasn't enough to bring both Griner and Whelan home?
I would say, you know, when I found out this was going to happen last night, I mean, at first I was pretty excited because, you know, an American was coming home, and that's exciting in its own right. But I just felt this intense sickness in the pit of my stomach, right? Knowing that Paul Whelan has now been left behind 3 times by two American presidents, and it's just fundamentally unacceptable. Ultimately, it'll be the identification of a Russian to trade, acceptable to both sides. I think there was an incentive for the Russians to send one home without the other, right? They love injecting us versus them chaos into American discourse. And with Ms. Griner, there's just a number of ways to do that. Male, female, white, black, gay, straight, famous, not. And, you know, with the goal of basically trying to get Americans to yell and scream at each other for some period of time before they send Paul home. And I hope that's what's going to happen. But in their country, they had built him up like the world's most notorious spy, and it is nonsense. And I think people need to remember Paul was tried in a secret court on secret charges, on secret evidence, right? And that in and of itself renders his sentence illegitimate.
Jonathan, thank you for taking the time to speak with us on Trending Now.
Thank you.